Do what?
I think we're live. I think we're live. There we go. We're back, guys. It's the Give 'em Six podcast. It's the Give 'em Six podcast. We've been away for a little bit, but
Just about a week.
yeah, about a week and a half. About a week and a half, 2 weeks, and that's interesting. Yay, we were knocked off live by Facebook. That's not good. But we're live, y'all. This is the Give 'em Six podcast, episode 34. It's Carson, it's Elijah, and we'll work on getting this Facebook live stream back up here. But this music, this is Messel. This is, I think it's Duilly feat Amelia Messel Flip. But I love this song. And later on in the episode, we're gonna have some music by Paloma Rush. She's done music for the Kardashians. Really, just an awesome, all-around awesome artist. So great to have her on the podcast. If we can't get the video up on Facebook, that's cool. We'll just post the YouTube to it later. We'll show you guys there. So, alright. Yep. This is Duilly ad featuring Amelia Ali Messel Flip. So, there you go. Alright, oops. Gotta make sure we solo these tracks here and record. Alright. Hello and welcome to the Give 'em Six podcast. It's Elijah.
And it's Carson.
And we're back here. This is episode 34 now. It's a lot of episodes. We're on season 3. If you're a first time listener, thanks for listening. If you're back with us, thank you for... Oh, I wasn't... Alright, we gotta do that again because my mic wasn't recording. That's okay, right, Cars?
Yep, just some technical difficulties.
Live stream listeners, you know how it is. This is raw, unedited, and unleashed. I mean, this is how we roll here. Alright, hello and welcome to the Give 'em Six podcast. It's Elijah.
And it's Carson.
And we are back. This is episode 34, season 3. Wow, we've come a long way.
Just about a year.
I know. I mean, well, no. Well, we're over a year.
Yeah.
Because September 25th is our anniversary. We passed that at Tony's house. Now, yeah, thanks for listening. I'm going to take care of business real quick. Live stream listeners, had someone the other day tell me the mics were fake CGI, so here you go. I'm gonna do this for you, prove they're not. There you go, lift that mic. There you go, we'll take the cover off. There you go, put it back on just to show you. There you go. Alright. Carson, how are you?
I am good. Very happy with the basketball team still. But here's a little bit of a disappointing news. We got moved down to the number 2 spot.
Yes,
and Duke takes over. I want to know your guys' opinions out there. Let us know later on after the episode. But it got to the point where they beat Virginia, and they're like, well, Duke, you should be number 1. And Tennessee beat Florida, so I guess that's not a big deal. But Tennessee hasn't lost since Kansas, and Kansas is 14th in the nation. Don't ask me, but they all love Duke.
Yeah, I agree. We've won. I mean, we're what, 21 and 1?
22 and 1.
22 and 1. We haven't lost in, weeks and weeks and weeks. We've been at number 1 for 18 weeks now, longest streak at number 1 in school history.
Undefeated SEC play.
Come on.
Didn't even technically lose an away game. It was neutral site. Both teams were away. We're
true.
Undefeated at home, 18 and 0. I don't know. I really don't know. It really makes you think, if Tennessee was to play Duke today, who would win? I think Duke is a young team, but a really good team. I'm not saying Duke's not a number one team. I'm saying that they don't deserve to be one right now, and Tennessee doesn't deserve to be put out. If Duke was in this place and we moved up to number one like this, I would be like, all right, wow, that's pretty crazy. But I'd be happy, obviously. But here's another thing: is the reason Tennessee moved up to number one is Duke lost, and when Duke lost, that obviously moves Tennessee up. So it's kind of a bad time. But I mean, number two, it's like, man, it stinks.
It really does. So Cars, besides that, is there any opening thoughts here?
Well, I think coming into tomorrow, and playing South Carolina, I think we're gonna be ready for them. I think that I mean, they gave us a little bit. We've kind of competed most of the first half, almost every game it seems like, but um, I feel like we're gonna do fine. We're home, so we should hopefully, or we might be away. I'm not sure about that. I think we're home. I think we
We're
traveled
home.
to South
We're
Carolina.
home. Yeah, we're home. We should be home
Yeah.
tomorrow. And so today we're going to talk a bit on signing day. We're going to talk on Vol Hoops. And we're going to talk on some more. Haven't done an episode in a while, so we got quite a bit to talk about. Karst, your thoughts on our Volunteers football signing day? We had a great signing day. Henry To'o. Karst, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think getting Henry was a big deal. I think it really helps our team in general. Really helped our recruiting this time. I thought we were really, really good for Jeremy Pruitt's technically his first full signing day because he kind of got signed late last year, so he kind of got mixed in with Butch Jones recruits. But I love it. I love that we're able to get a 5-star guy right before the end, and he signs with us. I think it's great. It's fun. It's something to look forward to. With the offensive line, though, Chance Hall is another guy that cannot play for the team anymore. Um, he has medical issues. I don't really know. I don't think they clarified what he has, but it's a little disappointing. But
Right.
I hope he ends up having a great rest of his life, and I know he put all that effort on that offensive line because we needed it. But I hope our offensive line gets so much better. I really am, really have high hopes for him this coming year.
Yeah, I do as well. Prayers out to Chance. And so, who do you think is the best person we were able to get?
In this signing day, Curtavious Crouch is probably one of the best players that I think we were able to get. He's just an all-around athlete. That's just it. I think it's pretty cool that me and Elijah have the same last name as this man, but
No relation.
we are not
no
related.
relation.
We are not related, but he's a great athlete. We have a great recruiting class. Also, I was looking in today on Tennessee basketball recruiting class. It's looking good too. We got the 7th best player in the nation, 2nd best point guard. So I'm really happy. I just can't wait for Tennessee football to get back up, and can't wait to see the rest of this basketball season.
For sure. I mean, so far we've had such a great season. It's been so fun to watch Tennessee be number one for weeks and weeks, and they still should be number one. And if you look them up on Google and whatnot, they are still number one. It's really just the ESPN power rankings that have really moved them down, which is wow. Cars, our game tomorrow versus South Carolina, who do you think will win?
I think Tennessee, like I said, I think we'll beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
But I like I said, we'll probably compete for a little bit, but it'll get away from them.
Yeah, well, something that I've noticed with this Tennessee basketball team is that they wear you down. If you're playing the Tennessee basketball team this year, I mean, those guys, Admiral Schofield, Jordan Bowden, Grant Williams, Jordan Bone, I mean, they just wear you down. And after a while, you can't compete anymore, and this is how we keep winning games. It's amazing. I love this team. Carson, what is your score prediction for that game? How much do you think we'll win by?
We average 86 points a game. I'm projecting 93 to 78.
Sounds reasonable. I would say 88 to 70. In the 70s, I can't pinpoint it, but I don't think it'll be as close as people think it will be, but not as wide as people will think it'll be, just kind of in the middle.
I want to see what you guys think about this, but I've kind of noticed three scores for Tennessee. It's either a 5-point win, a 10-point win, a 10 or 12-point win, or a 20-something point win. It's never a huge blowout. 20's big, but it's never 30 just dominates the whole game, and it's also never super low where it comes down the final shot. I feel like we win. When we win by pretty much a margin where we're okay with. It's not too scary. I think that really has to do with coaching. I think coaching really is involved in that. But I've noticed if you can go to look at all the scores, we've really won by a lot of double-digit games in the past few games. But Vanderbilt's the one that gave us that scare, which we could have easily lost to Vanderbilt. And we play them. Me and Elijah will be at that Vanderbilt game at home.
Now that should be
3 weeks.
We have home advantage there. That should be a good classic Vandy Tennessee game. We should knock them out by at least 20 points. And I can't wait to be there. If you guys are going to be there, then tell us where you're going to be sitting. We'll come over there. It'd be fun to meet some listeners.
Take some pictures.
Yeah, it'd be cool. So, what about this upcoming Tennessee-Kentucky game? This has been a game for a while where people have said, man, if they're going to lose to someone this postseason in SEC play, they're going to lose to Kentucky. Are we going to lose to Kentucky, or are we going to squeak by them?
ESPN primetime game.
All right.
6 o'clock Saturday night. The best game of the night will be Tennessee, Kentucky. Like you've talked about. Like the world's going to talk about, because it's such a big game. Kentucky started from getting dominated by Duke all the way up to where they are now, where they're on a hot streak with P.J. Washington going off. Tennessee beating Gonzaga, Louisville, about beating Kansas, and a team that's just been dominating pretty much all year. No SEC team can really stop them. This is where Tennessee's going to get a test. At Kentucky, it's going to be a hard-fought game, and it's hard for me to say this, but I think we lose the first game versus Kentucky, but not by a lot. I think this is going to be a game where it comes down to 2-3 points. But the next game, see, there's 2 games. They come to our house. I think we beat them by 15.
We beat
15 or so. But it's so hard to play in Kentucky's arena, and it's going to be so loud, and it's going to be the biggest game Kentucky will play all year besides Duke.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be watching that. Saturday, I had a great basketball watching experience. I watched Tennessee and Florida the whole game through. I watched Duke and Virginia the whole way through, and the Rockets and the Thunder. All of those games were pretty good games, except for, I love to watch Tennessee play anyway, so it wasn't boring to watch. But Duke and Virginia just didn't compete. They were at home. Virginia, we've talked about it, Elijah, but it just seems like Virginia's just not up to that top 5 level.
No, it really doesn't seem like that. Now, for you all listeners, today we're sponsored by Visitors Coverage. Guys, let me tell you about them. We haven't had them sponsor a lot of episodes. Visitors Coverage, if you are going to go on a trip, say you're going to go to a vacation this summer, but you're going out of the U.S., say you're going to go to, I don't know, you're going to go to England, you're going to go somewhere like that, then, what are you going to do if you need insurance? Because you've got to have insurance to go on these trips. You don't want to get hurt in a different country. But if you do, Visitors Coverage has you covered. Best travel insurance you can find. It is probable that I'll take a missions trip to Mexico, and I'll need insurance there, and I'll tell you guys what, visitors coverage is a solution for you. So thank you for them sponsoring us. This music is Paloma Rush, President, and here you go. Alright, guys. Alright. Alright, we're back, y'all. It's the Give 'em 6 podcast. Here we go. Cars, you there?
Yep.
Alright. Sounds good. Let's see here. I don't have my... There we go. Alright, we're back.
If you're watching this live right now, this is some shocking news, and here on the edited episode, you probably already saw the score. That LSU just defeated Kentucky.
Yep, they just did.
And Duke and Louisville are playing right now. Oh my. LSU.
Well, Duke's not going to lose to Louisville.
At Kentucky.
Yeah.
A buzzer beater.
Now, that makes you think, maybe we can beat Kentucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So y'all...
That gives us hope.
That's right. Thank you to Visitors Coverage for sponsoring this episode, guys. They're the bomb. If you guys are traveling this summer or any time to a different country and you need travel insurance, Visitors Coverage is your solution for travel insurance. Thank you to Paloma Rush for the music, guys. Find her, palomarush.com. She's done some music for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She's been featured there on other television shows. Amazing artist, so thank you to her. And Cars, any comments you want to say real quick before we dive into the next subject?
Well, I'd like to say that for basketball right now, SEC is going to really come down to, if you're confused on, Tennessee being up there, but LSU, I was going to mention them earlier, but I didn't get the chance to, but LSU is a team that is just shown that can beat really good teams like Kentucky at Kentucky, which I'm so surprised right now.
I'm not surprised.
LSU
it was a close
is the
game,
third
okay.
best team in the SEC.
That's right.
It could be second. Auburn was up there, and they're just having a bad year, I think. But that's what my opinion right now is LSU can compete, and we play them.
Yeah, they can definitely compete, and they're going to move up. They're going to move up a little bit because they just beat Kentucky. I'll be honest with you, I'm not too surprised. That game was a close game all the way, but
Mm-hmm.
still that's a huge win, and it helps motivate our players. Something that I saw real quick was I saw this, and Grant and Admiral and Bone, some of the Tennessee players were talking about this, how they were worried that these games were becoming too much of taking care of business and too less of just having fun beating teams and playing basketball. Cars, do you have any thoughts on that? Is it
Um, it might be a little. It's kind of a weird statement. I think I saw it. I think he really just means, we're taking this to the point where we can have fun with it.
right?
Um, and we can go out there and we can play and have fun with it without having to play so hard and so tough and not have fun playing the game that they love, which is basketball. And I think when you're not having fun, I think it just dies down the chemistry on your team. And I think he pretty much says we can beat the same number of teams with the same number of points if we just go out there and relax even more. It's not going to make a difference on the score. So I think he pretty much telling other guys, simple it up a little bit. Hey, we're 22-1. Let's go out there and have fun with it. I mean, so I think it's just kind of a motivational kind of thing. But I think every time I go out there, we look serious, and that's a
Yep.
debate that people are gonna have. Is well, they should be serious when they go out there, and I totally agree. But they also should have fun doing it.
Yeah, I agree. They should be able to have fun. Um, they should be able. They should. There we go. Sorry, y'all. The audio is a bit. Just doing something here. Yeah, we should be able to have fun during the games, and winning is always fun. So it's but it's cool to see them say that, to see that they don't just care about winning, but they do care about having a good time on the court, having fun playing the game that they enjoy playing, that they were made to play. So yeah, now let's talk about this game that just passed, the Florida game. A little late in covering it, but Grant Williams, 16 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. Admiral Schofield, 14 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. And Jordan Bowden, 13 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Final score is 61-73. Tennessee win. A little bit tighter than expected, but still a great game. Cars, who would be your player of the game for that game?
I'd probably go with both Grant Williams and Admiral. Probably both got about an equal amount. Um, we dominated pretty much the whole game, but we let Florida score about 9 unanswered at the very end.
Yeah, that was a problem.
We were up about 18-20, and then that happened. But we played an overall good game. Florida's not that bad of a team. Florida competed with us when we played them at Florida. So I'm just ready to play South Carolina, get another win, and be ready for Kentucky. But I think we're really blessed to not have any injured people on our team.
For
Because,
sure.
but when one guy goes out, it's not like on Duke where if Zion goes out, most of the points go out. If Bone goes out, Lamonte steps in. If Lamonte goes out, Bone steps in. It's like if Admiral is injured, Grant's there and Kyle's there. We have an all-around team that's really all-around balanced, which makes it work. And
Yeah.
with Kansas, when Kansas beat us, they had all their players. They're missing Azubuike. They're missing their best player.
If we
Um,
were to rematch them right now, we would beat them.
and they
We
don't.
would drive them into the
TCU
ground.
beat them last night, and I love TCU as a basketball team and a football team. But they beat them last night, and they're not the best team in the world. Kansas
they're a
doesn't even
bad
have
team.
LeGerald Vick. We'd beat Kansas by more than 20 points. They're a Florida team right now without their best players, and that's just sad for them. But their record's gonna show when they go in the conference tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Cars, as we kind of get ready to close down, anything else you want to talk about real quick?
Just keep on celebrating the Vols win. They need all the encouragement they can get because they are doing a great job for the state. Just it's something that we don't see very often. In our lifetime, it's big for me and Elijah because it's something that we can say we are a number one team in the nation.
Yep.
We're, you know, I don't care what the rankings say. We are the number one team in the nation.
We are.
There is a storm coming for football, and it's full of orange. And there is a storm brewing right now for basketball. And
the storm's here. The storm is here.
The storm is here.
The tornado is above us for basketball.
I know there's a lot of stress in basketball when a season goes on. It's really just trying to get the better seed. But what really matters is the tournament, March Madness, and it's gonna be a nerve-wracking game. I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat because anything can happen. We saw it with Virginia losing the ones to the 16 seed last year for the first time ever. It's gonna be a hard, tough fight, but we can win the championship if we put our mind to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Tourneys are always a bit different. March Madness is a whole different. It's a whole different game right there. Anything can happen, but it's great to see Tennessee at this spot. You know, this happens. Like, you know, it's hard to say, you know, when we've seen any Tennessee team in any sport this good. So it's amazing to be able to watch Tennessee like this. And thanks to Visitors Coverage for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we just released merch discounts today. 2019 Season 3 t-shirts are only $15.78, lowest price ever for a limited time. So get those now.
It's new. We edited it.
Oh, yeah, it looks good. And thanks to Messel, thanks to Paloma Rush for the music. Guys, they're great. Check them out on SoundCloud. Check them out on Spotify, iTunes. Buy their music. That's one of those songs where it's like, you know, you got an iTunes gift card. You don't know where to spend it because you're like, I don't know. Well, this song's going to get old. No, their songs aren't going to get old. So get out and buy Paloma Rush's music. Buy Messel's music. Thanks to Cario, another new music sponsor. His music will be on the next episode. And, guys, the Give 'em 6 podcast, as always,
Scoring touchdowns.